Good evening, folks. Camera's up here, huh? Looking down here at the screen, the camera's actually up there, so different. Need the camera like right in front of me so that I can look into the camera. Okay, so a lot of people have been asking me what I'm up to and how I'm keeping busy. Well, I'm getting out and doing some catching up on a lot of things and formulating some plans for the very near future, I hope. Um, Something that a lot of you guys are unaware of, if you're not a boater, you don't know how draconian law enforcement behaves on the water. For instance, we have a big body of water here around where I'm at called Galveston Bay. And basically, the Coast Guard patrols that body of water, including up into, there's a creek that feeds a lake here called Clear Lake. And the creek is Clear Creek. Not that it's very clear, but the Coast Guard patrols that area with these armored patrol boats that are very heavily armed. I mean, they have squad automatic weapons on the bow of these things. Like they're going to run into a big gunfight that they would need something like that around here. Not going to happen. However, they board your boat, and a lot of people are live aboard. Okay, this is their home that they're traveling with. And on the water, they can pretty much do what they want. Well, a lot of the police agencies around the lake and the bay decided they wanted their share of the action, and so they all got boats, and now they go out and you know uh, try to generate income and by stopping, harassing, and writing BS tickets to people. Um, Now, I don't support people that drink and drive, and I don't support people that boat and drive. And so if you get picked up for boating while intoxicated, hey, that's I think that's a good thing. We just had a couple of people killed here in the area by a big speedboat that was being driven by somebody that was intoxicated. So I have no pity for that. However, when you board somebody's vessel that is a liveaboard, this is their home, and you would think that an RV, it'd be like an RV driving down the highway that somebody lives in. You have protections, but on the water, those protections don't exist, and so of course, they're going to be abusive. This is difficult to document, um, and nobody is doing that. So always the original. You know, uh, I've decided that I'm going to start documenting that. So how do we do that? Well, first off, I got a couple of things going on. Um, One thing is that as soon as I get this mess resolved, I've been meaning to go to the Florida Keys. And I mean, I've been to the Keys before. I've been by boat, but the issue is that it's very shallow in that area, and so your explorations are limited in a big ocean-going sailboat like what I typically would go in. I love Key West. Been to Key West many times. Unfortunately, I've never had the opportunity to spend as much time there as I would like. Highly recommend Key West. Highly recommend Key West. Um, so I bought a boat, not just a boat, but a specific boat that is geared towards being able to cruise the Keys, um, and uh, when equipped with cameras and stuff, work as a bait boat, not a bait car, but a bait boat. So um, it's an older model boat. However, it's something I've sailed on some of these before, and they're kind of unique. Let me pull up a picture here. Oh, that didn't go the way I wanted it to. Let's try that again. I hit share first. Um, there. And okay, here we go. This is a McGregor 26X. It's a sailboat. See the mast right there. It's trailerable. This one actually comes with a pretty heavy duty trailer. And what you can't see here is on the back of this boat, the centerboard and the rudders fold up. And on the back of this boat is a 50 horsepower Yamaha outboard. It will push this boat to speeds of around 24, 25 miles an hour. In the description for this video, um, I think this is actually going to go up on my son's channel. I'll make sure if I put it up on my channel, I'll put a link to in the description for the promotional video for the boat, so that you can go look at it and see exactly what it is and what it does. If my son puts it up over on his channel, I'll tell him to do the same thing. So it takes down here. It has a big water tank in the bottom. You fill that water tank, and that's your ballast. So you can drain that, and makes it very easily towed. This will tow with a real bumper hitch, not a BS hitch, but a real bumper hitch can be towed by a full-size car. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. The owner has not used this boat in a year, and it's got rainwater inside, and it looks pretty terrible. It did look pretty terrible. Here, let me show you a picture. This is the interior of the boat when I got it. This is the boom, part of the sail. The sails go on this. They call it a boom for a reason. And a lot of people don't understand why it's called a boom. Stand in the cockpit, let me tack the boat, and when the boom comes across, you'll understand why it's called a boom. Water, that's just green algae growing. This is fresh water. It's rainwater. Looks kind of ratty, doesn't it? Well, after 3 days of cleaning, that's what it looks like now. I've still got to change these tiles over here on the counter. There's some minor wiring issue. Luckily, I know how to handle all that. And the outboard, it's carbureted, and the carburetors need rebuilt, which I will take care of. You see, it's a very spacious boat. This makes down into a bed. There's a V-berth up here, a bed, and which you can't see. If you watch the promotional video, they'll show it to you. But back here under the cockpit is a queen size bed. So plan, go back to this. There we go. The plan is to take that, go cruise the Keys, and interact with the law enforcement in that area over there. Work my way back up the Keys through Miami, and I'm going to tow it down. So it's just a 2-day trip to tow down, and 2 days if I hurry back. I don't plan to hurry back. There's a lot of places to boat on the way back, and I don't have to use the mast and the sails. I can use the engine to drive it. Then it works like a cabin cruiser, a speedboat when you do that. I'll also work this area. The only thing really wrong with the boat, let me go back to this. Let's back up. So the previous owner, you see this rail right here. There's another one back here, and it's missing, and it's missing on the other side. Those are $150 each. This sail here is no good. He left it in the sun for a year, but it came with another one that is good and a mainsail that's good. So it's got good sail plan. The trailer needs to be, stuff like this. I can't stand that. I'll touch that up with some rust killer and coal galvanizing compound, and on the same thing on the other side. Probably I'll redo the bunks. Bottom paint, it needs fresh coat of bottom paint. Pressure wash all of this, and it's good. The deck's good. This port light here, it's a dead light, actually needs to be rebedded, recaulked. It's leaking a little bit. That's really the worst of it. It's actually pretty good shape, and I'm gonna get the Manson Merb cult talking bad about me for saying this, but I stole it. I mean, I got it for a really good price. I'm definitely happy with it. What else? I think that is it. Um, like I said, this is not something that any other auditor is doing. Um, you guys that have followed me for any length of time know that I'm uh, good at finding new things. I was the first one to do post office audits. Um, first one to do a lot of things, and I don't see anybody else doing this because I don't think anybody else has the kind of experience voting that I have. But yeah, if they want to try it, they're welcome to. Better get to know maritime law and know the difference between what the Coast Guard enforces and what your local police enforce. That there's a big jump in the two things. Actually, brushing up on Texas waterway laws and getting ready because I think time I rebuild the carburetors and there's a couple of little wiring issues. Get the bottom painted. None of that's going to cost a lot of money. Big expenditure is going to be the $300 for those aft rails. Um, I think I'll be ready to have this. August is kind of hot, so I think I'll probably drop it in the water here and start patrolling around here. First of September, weather dependent. If it cools off a little bit in August, um, might get in the water then. So we'll see. Anyhow, for those of you that are interested, now you know what I'm up to. And I'm actually going to step the mast on that thing tomorrow and get that up and just start inspecting rigging and just stuff to keep busy. I got a little more cleaning to do on it. Got the get a pressure washer. A friend of mine has a gas pressure washer, and get that out and pressure wash the exterior of the boat. All that stuff will come clean. Um, it needs new stereo. Oh, gotta have stereo. Can't run a boat without stereo. What else? What else? That's really good. So, you guys, now you know what I'm doing. I will see you again soon. Everybody be safe and stay out of trouble. That's what I'm trying to do. See y'all again soon.